Hi everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres, and today I'm going to help to clear out my refrigerator. Now that may sound funny, but these are just a few of the cucumbers that I have in the fridge. So today I'm going to make a creamy cucumber dill salad. Now, first of all, let me put this recipe up, and we'll put it in the show notes too. But super simple, not complicated, and super easy to make. So, Henry informs me that this salad is practically identical, if not actually identical, to the salads he used to have when he used to have to go to Scandinavia on business. Smorgasbords for breakfast were the standard in all your big hotels there, and this is a standard thing, and he adores it. He loves cucumbers and dill and all that kind of stuff. And I have to admit, I don't like any of them, but I have them. I have lots and lots and lots of cucumbers, and I have dill fresh from the garden, and I have sour cream and mayonnaise and vinegar, and that's exactly all you need. Oh, and a little bit of sugar. So, first ingredient is 1 English or Japanese cucumber. Now you say you do not have English or Japanese cucumbers. Okay, you don't have to. It's nice if you do. I do not recommend making this salad with some old, tough cucumbers. If you are using tougher cucumbers or cucumbers that have lots and lots of seeds, take the seeds out and peel the cucumbers. But ideally, you'll have some nice young ones. They don't have to be big fat ones like this one. It doesn't matter what the size is. The whole point is to have a goodly quantity of cucumber slices that you can use for making this lovely salad. Now, I'm actually screwing up a little bit by throwing all these in there, but I don't want to be accidentally cutting them. I'm trying to make them look pretty. When I finish with this project, I'm going to be making him some tsunamono too, so that's why I've got a few other random ingredients hanging around, and it's a busy, busy day. The hot pot currently is full of yogurt, so got lots of things going on at the same time. As usual, Henry's making a dump run, and also the grocery store, and he went to the post office. So, yeah, you know, a normal day on the homestead. Sometimes you have to go in 2 different directions in order to get everything done at once. So I told him I would try and get this done today, and I'd like to surprise him by having a choice of more than one kind of cucumber salad to eat with his dinner tonight. So I always think choices are a fun thing, so I gave him a choice on whether to try this or not yesterday, and he decided it was perfect. Actually, he ate the whole thing. And then this morning, he also had some zucchini pickles that I made yesterday, which are kind of another interesting thing. So, I have my cucumber sliced up. Now, yesterday I made this all in one bowl. Today I'm going to be a little messy and use 2 containers. So, I need dill. I went out, just came in from outside with my dill. So this was harvested like 4 minutes ago. And I'm going to chop it finely. All I did was choose dill that was fine, bug-free, and didn't have any dried out branches on it. Some of our dill is a little older now and starting to go to seed. Well, actually, more than starting to go to seed, has gone to seed. So some of the branches on that are a little crunchy, but I made sure I chose some that was not crunchy. And you'll want about 2 tablespoons of chopped dill. And all these ingredient quantities are variable. I suggest you start out with the basic recipe and then modify it to your taste. I use white vinegar in this because the Scandinavians would use white vinegar in theirs. And that's the way Henry likes it. We do make some things that use the live cider vinegar in it. You can use that. It's just not going to have the same flavor. So my suggestion is to start out with the way the recipe calls for. But if you don't have the stuff, fake it. I need a 1/4 cup of sour cream. I love these giant sour cream containers. They make great flower pots when you're done with them. Okay, glug, 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 glug. Okay, 1/4 cup of sour cream. Tablespoon and a half of mayo. So we wound up somewhere along the line with a set of measuring spoons that has things like what you can see here easily is it says 1/2, but that is not a 1/2 teaspoon. That is a 1/2 tablespoon. Now, that's not a common measurement. Normally, if you divide it down into teaspoons instead of doing halves like that. So we've actually gotten in trouble with that before. I commented that something was a little oversalted, and Henry's like, "Well, I used this," and I said, "Yeah, you used a 1/2." And he said, "I thought that was a 1/2 teaspoon." I'm like, "Nope." So be careful when you buy measuring spoons. I have no idea where that came from, but it was one of those random things that we picked up somewhere along the line, and then only later on discovered that it had unusual measurements in it. Now, if you use things like a 1/2 tablespoon a lot, I guess that's fine. I normally would just eyeball it if I were using a 1/2 tablespoon. And to be honest, yesterday when I did this, I'll show you what I did. I used a soup spoon, and I know what a tablespoon looks like. So instead of getting 2 spoons dirty, I went 1.5. So if you're used to cooking, you can eyeball it. This is not a biochemical experiment that will explode if you have 3 extra molecules in it. So I'm going to stir this up nicely. This is just mayo, sour cream, and dill. And then I need 1.5 tablespoons of white vinegar. I have my white vinegar here. I love wielding a giant container like this for a small amount. A little annoying, actually. But I don't have a smaller container because we buy our white vinegar in large quantities for canning purposes. Okay, 1.5. And I want to add 1/4 teaspoon. Now that's not a lot of white sugar, so it's not a huge sin. But sometimes the tiniest little bit of sugar or salt or whatever in a recipe just completely changes the nature of the beast. And Henry informs me this is definitely perfect. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. So then all I'm going to do is put this in here, toss lightly, and you want to let it sit for at least an hour before you serve it. I like to actually stir it a couple of times because you really want every slice of this cucumber to get coated with the sour cream mix. It's a very mild, slightly acidic mix with the cucumbers and the vinegar and stuff like that. But Henry loves it, so. And that's what it looks like. I'm gonna stir this a couple of times more. Then I'll put a piece of saran wrap over the top of it. You could easily prepare this ahead for a buffet or a bigger dinner and stick it in a plastic container. It'll hold overnight, no problem. The closer you make it to when it's going to be eaten, the milder it's going to be, and it'll be a little crunchier, but that's about it. So I hope this inspires you to try making some cool stuff out of your cucumbers. We have quite a few. I have a stack of these, so I need to definitely think of other things to make with it. I'm going to make some sunamono for Henry, and we do have a video about that too. And I may make a double batch of that because that'll hold for several days. So I hope this inspires you. Don't hesitate to get on the internet and Google recipes. You do have to, there's sometimes I Google a recipe and I go, nah. But this was one of those that sounded like something Henry would really enjoy, so I tried it and he loves it. So don't hesitate to make your creamy cucumber dill salad. It's delicious. So until next time, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because there'll be lots more cooking, there'll be lots more everything going on. That'll be my daughter calling. So until next time, bye.